Smoke gang! God bless and great day, everybody. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for another blessed day. Y'all already know it's King T 420 SEC, and this is Smoking with the King each and every Friday at 4:20 Eastern Time. And we smoking, gang. What's the word? What's the word, everybody? How y'all doing today on this great Friday that we got going on? Yes, sir. Let me see who are we got going on in this chizette. See who all we got in this chizette. I'm hoping everybody having a blessed day. I'm having a blessed day. I definitely thank y'all for coming to join me and enjoying the show. Y'all can read the title of the show. Y'all already know what it is. I'm not going to say it till it's time. So, with that being said, I'm going to get off into the show, right? Finna read a couple scriptures. And after I read a couple scriptures, then we're going to really go through there. Y'all know how we do. We do this every Friday, each and every Friday at 4:20 Eastern Time. I don't miss a beat. I ain't missed a Friday yet. So, with that being said, let's continue the glory. You feel me? Let us continue to keep on doing what we doing. And, yeah, you know. With that being said, let's go with it. Let's just go with it, right? First verse from the King James Version. Y'all know I got the King James Version and the NIV, and I got two different versions. Two different verses, excuse me. This is every Friday, for those who don't know. Two different verses, two different versions, and a breakdown, which comes a little later on in the show. And, yeah, we working. We working, gang. We working. So, the first verse is Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. And for those of y'all who don't understand the King James Version, I got the NIV. And it reads, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. All right, y'all know I'm going to come back to the breakdown later, but let's get off into the second scriptures. Okay, these come out of Matthew 7, 26 and 27. First, KJV, and it reads, "And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it." The NIV reads, Matthew 7, 26 and 27. "But everyone hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams came, the rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash." Cool. Yeah, I know I'm going to do the breakdown a little later. So, let's get into the topic of the show. The topic of the show is I need substance. Why did I pick that as the topic of the show? Why is I need substance the topic of the show? Because a lot of y'all out here nowadays, and trust me, I'm not excluded, I'm not attacking nobody or nothing like that, but a lot of y'all out here nowadays, y'all are shallow thinkers. Okay, somebody got to tell y'all not using your reasoning and logical and rational thinking skills correctly, right? But let's just get off into it, right? Where are we at with this? Oh, okay. In today's world, people are building identities, relationships, and families on sand. Okay, cool. So y'all just heard the analogy about the sand. The man who built his house on sand, he came crashing down. Came down with a great crash, right? So what does that mean? It's saying in today's world, people are building identities and relationships and families on sand. What does that mean? So we look at it from the aspect of the verse, then it means that people are building relationships and identities and families on things that basically have no structure. There's no foundation. So you're building on something that cannot hold. Soon time it will collapse, basically. It will soon time fall. Live, laugh, love. Hello, God bless. Thank you for the likes. Hello from Birmingham, Alabama. How are you? Okay. I'm glad to know we got some viewers in here from somewhere from other than Michigan. But let's get off into it. Feelings, trends, validations, and labels. It may feel strong in the moment, but it cannot withstand real pressure. What does that mean? Like it just said, when the storms came, when the rain came down, when the streams rose up, the structure of the house that the man built on the sand was not strong enough to withstand the storms, the pressure that came along with all the winds and the storm. Meaning, if you build in relationships, if you're building an identity, if you are building families on a structure and a foundation that is not strong enough to hold and withstand some pressure, it shall sometime collapse. It will not be able to withstand what you and whoever you're with may face. You understand? So it would seem to be that what I said in the very beginning about a lot of y'all, I'm not excluded here, are really, really shallow thinkers, right? Because what I found out is the deeper that you get into a conversation with people, the more you get to know the people that you actually are with, that you supposedly actually like, you come to find out one or two things. You either actually really, really, really like that person, or you really, really, really don't like that person. But since you all have been such shallow thinkers, I'm not excluded, right? Since you all have been such shallow thinkers, you have been dating and picking people who do you no good, do you no justice. They are not an asset. They are nothing but liabilities. And it's hard for you to kind of realize that because at the shallow thinking level that you've been using to actually go after and pick these people and pick this identity and try to build this family on, of course, it's built on sand. There is no foundation. There is no structure. You are not basically, okay, you know what? Let's just continue. All right. Substance requires obedience, discipline, and structure, not just belief. Okay? So a lot of y'all got this thing where, okay, cool. So a lot of y'all got this thing where y'all I feel like because you believe it and because it's what you was taught, not only is it true, but it's supposed to be the all around the board for everybody. Everybody's supposed to believe that, everybody. And if you don't believe that, you got a problem and there's something wrong with you. And that's because, again, with the shallow thinking. It was some things that I was taught by my mother and father that I didn't know were correct until I got older. You know what I'm saying? But shallow thinking when I was younger had people telling me like, yo, that ain't right. That's not, it don't really go like that. Had me like, fuck you. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? My mama and my daddy told me this shit. You're not gonna tell me. But again, we have to grow, we have to mature, we have to evolve. We have to, have to get older. We have to learn a few things. We have to come to a place in our life where we realize sometimes we might be thinking a little bit shallow. Sometimes we might not be thinking on the level where the people that are trying to take us to, where they are. And that's because of some of the things that we believe, some of our beliefs that were taught to us, that we've come to naturally just, no, this is right, just naturally believe because they were taught to us. We tend to just believe and we go with them, and we don't like to get deeper into the truth of the matter sometimes. And again, I'm not excluded. So let's continue, right? Okay. This ties directly into the culture. We're seeing now, this ties directly into the culture. We're seeing now lots of noise, lots of opinions, but very little grounding. Right? So that means all the stuff that you building on this sand. We hear everybody saying, I got a business. No, you can't. I'm with this. I got this girl. I got this man. No, we over here. We got these. We doing what? We hear everybody screaming what they got. But we don't see nobody screaming, well, this is what it took for me to get this. You know why you don't see a lot of people screaming what it took for them to get that? Because a lot of people ain't really had to go through nothing to get nothing. A lot of people ain't really had to do the work. They haven't had to put in the actual work and time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears, as people used to say, and build actual structure and foundation to have something to actually stand on. So when it comes to things like your opinion and things like that, nobody is really grounded because nobody really knows, nobody really is gaining the knowledge or the substance that people need in order to actually hold deeper conversations. And this is where the problem lies, because you can tell a person like, well, you can always go study it, and people are going to tell you like, I ain't got to study shit, I know what I know. And you wrong. Hey, what you going to do? You can only throw your hands up when a person has built their foundation on sand and you steady trying to tell them the water is coming, the water is coming. You need to put some bricks and some gravel down there. You need to get some structure. You need to get some pillars to. Okay, cool. All right, cool. What I'm saying is, again, back to our beliefs, which lead to our opinions. These things be so important because sometimes we don't even realize how our opinions are formed by things that we've believed for so long that may not even be true. And the only reason they may not be true, and it's not like that you're stupid or dumb or none of it, because listen, I'm included. If you are taught something as a child and you're raised up on it to do these things naturally, you may not deep dive into that because the person who taught it to you, you love them and you know they love you. So therefore, you may not do no homework into what they taught you. You may just go with it and you may just be like, no, this got to be right because my people taught it to me. And then somebody comes along to try to give you the knowledge, and again, ignorance, right? Being shallow, not being deep enough to understand because you ain't did a deep dive yourself into what you've been taught. Okay, I know I got some of y'all with that one. A lot of us have been taught things that we just ride with, that we don't even study ourselves to be approved to even know if what we back in real life is true. Uh-oh. That boy talking that shit to y'all now. The king is in the building. You better believe it. Listen, you cannot just go around having arguments with people about stuff that you were taught by people that you love and just tell them that it is true because those people that you love taught you and you've done no homework on your own. You've done no fact checking on your own. You have no substance of your own to stand on to back your argument. But you gonna stand and argue to the death because the people that you love taught it to you. Let's continue. Let's rock out. So where we at? All right. When substance is missing, collapse isn't a surprise. It's inevitable. I keep telling y'all, if there's no structure, no foundation, if there's no pillars to hold the house up, then what the fuck do you think gonna hurt the second and the third floor? What the fuck? Everything will fall to the basement. Come on now, let's be real. Let's be real. A lot of y'all, we didn't roll past construction sites. We didn't seen people building. We didn't roll past a building being built. We didn't roll down the street seeing somebody building a house from the ground up. Let's be honest. Would the house or the building stand if it did not have structure? If it did not have a foundation? If those pillars weren't there to hold it up, would it still stand? Honestly, y'all tell me. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong. But if I'm not wrong, then you should ask yourself, is the foundation, is the structure of the things that I've been taught, that I've been standing on, is it true? Did I study it myself? Did I do a deep dive into these things to figure out, did my mom and my daddy teach me some crazy shit? Did my auntie and my cousins teach me some crazy shit? Did the people around me when I was growing up that gave me this knowledge that I got, did these people teach me some stuff that might not be true? I'm gonna let y'all sit on that for a minute. Because it's hard to think about knowing the people that you love might have taught you something that might not be true. This is why I need substance. That's why. Let's continue. Today's episode is about substance over slogans. I'm not speaking at anyone. I'm observing what I see. And including myself. Because trust me, I'm involved, right? A lot of people hear these people going around Like, people go viral and people start to listen to the person that then went viral. It don't matter if that person was wrong or right. The slogans, people falling for the slogans. But nobody, again, is really going to gain substance. Nobody, it's like the world is moving so fast nowadays that people feel like if you don't just jump on the bandwagon now, you may miss out. But what I learned in my life is patience is a virtue. That means you can't judge. You can't be a bandwagon rider. You can't be like everybody else. Success don't come to those who do the typical things. Okay, let me tell you in a different fashion. Success does not come to those who just get up and go and do the same shit that everybody else doing because they see everybody else doing it and think, well, maybe I get successful one day because that's what everybody else doing. That ain't how success works. Success comes to those who get up and they have a different view. They have a different vision of what's going on in the world. And instead of trying to jump on the bandwagon and fuck it, I'm gonna ride this wave, they step back and be like, what kind of wave can I create? And that's where success comes from, because you can take somebody else's idea and come up with your own idea. And then you start to create it. And then you start to get motion. And then you start to build your own structure and your own foundation. You know why? Because your idea that you have now, this creative idea that you have now you're excited about deep diving and doing the work to figure it out. See, success comes to those who get excited about the type of work that they really want to do. Success don't come to those who get up every day and be like, man, I fucking hate I gotta go to work, man. This shit pisses me off, man. Every day, 12 hours, in and out, every day. You'll never be successful like that. And that's not me saying that you shouldn't have a job. That's not me saying that don't focus on making sure you get your job done. That's not me saying that you should get up and go quit. No, it's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is everything in life we're supposed to use as leverage in order to get to the next place we need to go in life. It's nothing that happens to you in life that wasn't supposed to happen to you in life. So everything that happens is like a stair step. You got to step up this stair in order to get to the next stair. You got to learn this in order to learn that. I heard a smart man say that smart people know that the more you know, the smarter you are, the less you know. I heard a smart man say that. The smarter you are, the less you know. Smart people know that. And this is true because no matter how far down the rabbit hole you go, no matter how much information you done dug up, there's always more. There's always more knowledge. There's always more wisdom. There's always something more to be gained. Substance. Let's continue. I'm not speaking to no one because I'm included, right? But I'm going to definitely narrate both sides, right? And I'm looking at how sometimes feelings are running the culture. And how a lot of people believe that if something feels loving, then it must be right. A lot of people looking at if something is comforting, if something is embracing, then it must be right. But that can't be right because Jesus walked a hard road. And I ain't being funny, I'm just being honest. Like, is millionaires out here, is billionaires out here, and they'll all tell you, like, getting here wasn't easy, but it was fun because it was what I wanted to do. It was something that they chose. Like, becoming the man who got the money is fun when you're doing something that you choose to do, right? Becoming the man with the millions and the billions is fun when you're doing something that you're choosing to do, right? So think about what I'm saying. Most of the people that got millions and billions of dollars like that, They do a lot of giveaways. They give back. Most of the ideas that they come up with, most of the things that they create, it be things that can help other people. Really think about what I'm telling y'all right now. I need substance. You need substance. You need to be deeper. You need to, instead of looking at what your problem is, look at your problem. Think about how many other people may have that same problem, and then figure out a solution for said problem. And then you can have people pay you for the solution to said problem. Uh-oh. The boy done gave him some game. Now I'm giving y'all some real game. Knowledge and wisdom are the key to everything in life. God told us that a long time ago. And guess what? You cannot get knowledge and wisdom if you do not go deeper and get substance. I need substance. You gotta read things. You gotta go deeper off into the rabbit hole. You gotta find out more and more and more about the things that you like. Even about the things that you don't like, so you'll know what not to fall for. And what it looks like when it come your way. Because it don't always look like something you don't want. Sometimes the ugliest shit come looking just like some shit you'll fall in love with. Uh-oh. The king is here. I'm trying to tell y'all. Sometimes the ugliest shit come in packages that look like you should be in love right now. Oh yeah, I gotta have it. Oh, mouth watering and made me hungry right now. Listen, y'all better stop falling for all the temptation. The temptation is just to take you off your square. Just to take you away from the structure that you already building. That's why temptation comes. When you doing good and you building structure, you building foundation, temptation come to throw you off your square. Hard times come to make you sin. Y'all ain't realized that yet? Hard times come to make you act fucked up. I'm sorry I gotta be the one to tell you, but I know I'm included. I'm telling y'all because I be like, nah, I can't do that. If I do that, no, we gonna do some other shit. But we gonna move forward, right? We gonna move forward. Where we at? Right, then it must be right? Okay. All right. So that's what I seen from that side. And then on this side, you got people who support LGBTQ and trans rights because they equate to love with full acceptance and emotional safety, right? I'm watching people say they want love, but they're chasing feelings and labels, not substance. Looks good, but how it's gonna hold up in that sand? How that building gonna hold up in that sand? Let's see what else I wrote here. I be writing this shit out for y'all just so y'all know. I really write this shit out. I do this shit. Let me see here. I also see someone fighting for rights. Heart's good, wants acceptance, but is mostly emotion. No foundation. Feels right, but it can't last. But can it last? That's the question. But can it last? All right. To add on to that, I see someone asking, what does this build? Really, what does it build? Does it build families? What about kids' stability? They need structure. Okay? That's the difference, though, between applause and substance. Let's continue. I did a lot of writing for this episode. Let's see where we at. Now, we all know love comforts, right? I'm glad we're here. We all know love is a very comfortable feeling. When you got somebody that loves you, when you got somebody that's showing out for you like they showing up and showing out. They don't miss a beat. They don't miss a text. They don't miss a call. They cooking. They cleaning. They doing it. Right? Love is a really comforting thing. But true love also comes with correction. That's the part don't nobody like. Nobody likes that real love also comes with correction. Why it just can't be comfortable, right? Why I can't just stay this big ass comfy chair that you could just kick your feet up in and somebody bring you your food, put the shit on the TV you want, like you just can sit nothing, right? But it can't be that. Because real love has to come with structure, foundation. So, okay, I'm going to tell you why I'm saying that. A lot of people think love is supposed to free you from whatever, I don't know, shackles you've been held in for all your life. But that's not the truth. The truth is, real love comes and shows you, well, this is why you feel shackled. Because you keep doing this and you keep stepping over these lines. You keep crossing these boundaries and you think people are supposed to accept those things that you're doing. But they don't have to accept those things that you're doing. And real love tells you that. It corrects you when you're wrong. Real love, yes, it is very comforting to know that the person that's telling you these things love you. But when they telling you, you be confused. Like, what the fuck is you saying that for? Like, you don't be talking like this. But again, a lot of y'all think so shallow, and I'm included, right? So, real love, if a person really care about you, they want to correct you when you wrong because they want to see the best version of who you are supposed to be. So, if a person claim they love you and they not trying to correct you, they not trying to show you like, no, you doing that wrong, you could do that better. Or they not trying to tell you like, well, no, maybe it's the way you talk, maybe you came off a little bit. If they not doing these things, then how can they okay, if the person that claim they love you is only a yes man and they never tell you no, or they never go against you, test them. Say some shit that you know is fucked up, crazy, not right, and just ass. And see if they ride with that as well. Because listen, real love gonna tell you when you're wrong. It is what it is. The person that really love you and is really there for you, that really rock out with you, they not gonna let you walk around like, and this is why substance matters. Because that person, the person that really love you, they're gonna wanna get deep into the shit that's fucking with you. Only because they wanna help clear that shit up. And it's for man and woman. Like, I'm telling y'all about this shallow shit and about y'all needing substance because I can see a lot of y'all in these relationships and y'all see yourself on these cameras and y'all be hurting. Y'all literally be hurting. Y'all claim y'all in relationships. The worst shit is happening to y'all like, oh, why did I pick this person and da-da-da-da-da. Shallow thinking. Y'all have been closing yourself off to the so-called person that you're supposed to be getting to know. And then on the flip side of the closing yourself off to that person, you're not even digging into that person to get to know them even better, right? So, with that being said, the relationship is built on sand, this shaky ground. It's not going to be able to hold no weight. I was going to tell you, it's one little wind blow. One of y'all say the wrong thing and boom, somebody gonna snap. Y'all ready to fight. It's almost over. It's done. That's because y'all are not, listen, I'm included. We gotta get much, much deeper when it comes to talking to the people and in the relationships that we have. And I'm not just talking about relationships like intimate relationships, platonic relationships, relationships with your family, your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins. We have to go deeper. We have to stop being surface level people and thinking the things that we see on the surface. Don't be fooled by the baby face. I remember that saying when I was growing up. Don't be fooled by the baby face. A lot of y'all be like, what you mean by that? Because people will put on a good show just to have you distracted so somebody else can do it. Listen, I'm just telling you. They'll put on a good show just to get in your pockets and then turn around and go talk to you to everybody else that you know. Like, this stupid motherfucker made me, and I. Okay, listen, y'all not really hearing what I'm saying to y'all. So let me get to it. What I'm saying to y'all is, and no matter what kind of relationship that you have, no matter who is with, your mother, your father, your kids, your mate, your teacher at school, your boss at work, if you want a better connection with that person, go deeper. You need substance. I need substance. So listen, if a person be like, go to the lake and bring me back some water. Right, you see, I'm just standing here because that's like a blanket ass statement. Like, what do you mean go to the lake and bring you back some water? How much water do you need? And why do we need water from the lake? It can't come from nowhere else. You can't go to the grocery store and get bottled water. We can't turn on tap water. What's the problem? Substance. So when you want something from someone, when you need something from someone, you have to get more substance. You need more information. You need more knowledge of the people who you trying to either love or work with or just get to know. Substance, getting deeper, getting more knowledgeable of the people that you actually talk to on a daily basis, of the people who are supposed to actually be helping you in your life. You have to learn to pay attention to the people who you have around you, because as they say, everybody around you not for you. Again, don't be fooled by the baby face. Some people will come and sit around you and soak up all your good energy, and they'll put out little bits of energy here and there just so they can make you feel like, yeah, I rock with you, but they really don't. They really more so just accepting most of the energy you put out because you putting out all this good energy because it is who you are. And listen, I'm not talking about money, I'm not talking about materialistic shit. I'm literally talking about you as a person. You know how you are when you a good person. You go around people, you don't mind helping. You go around people, you might get in their house and cook a whole meal just because this is how you fuck it. Yeah, fuck it, I'll cook, no matter. Some people go around people, they get in their house and clean their whole house. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand, sometimes when people know you and they know your spirit like that, when they know you good like that, sometimes people will try and keep you around for your good traits. Even though every time you need something, or every time you see them doing something and they don't never do it, you get to thinking, like, damn, why they don't never, that's a rocky relationship. It's built on sand because you putting in all your good effort and they're not. So y'all have to start paying attention to that. That's why you need more substance when it comes to people that you deal with, because everybody is not going to be a person who you're supposed to be dealing with. Again, some of the worst shit that can happen to you come to you looking like a gift. It comes to you looking like it might have been a blessing from the Lord. You know why they dress it up like that? The devil will trick you, mother lover. He's an illusionist. He's a magician. He's going to come to you and be the most settled thing in the world. He's going to be calm, cool, collected, and he's going to have a strategy, a plan all laid out. I'm like, damn, this shit going to work. Of course it's going to work. Why wouldn't it? Because he already knew what you wanted. Okay, listen. A lot of y'all tend not to realize, just like God knows the desires of our heart, the devil knows what we want too. It's a difference though. Y'all better pay attention to the words I said. Just like God knows the desires of our heart, the devil knows what you want. See, wants and desires are different things. I'm going to tell you why. A desire is something that you will actually get substance on. You will actually deep dive into. It's a desire. It's something you yearning to figure out. But something that you want, it's cool. But see, if the devil know you want it, he can dress it up and make it look good and send it to you. So you got to be careful about the things that you say you want, the things that you say you desire, and the things that you want to do in life. But let's continue. Let's continue. Y'all know I like to really give y'all this shit for real. Where we at? Right, that's where we was at. Now we all know love comforts, but true love also corrects. True love also corrects, protects, guides, and stays strong. Right, like the foundation. It's gonna be built on something. Because the person that truly love you, that's correcting you, they not just gonna correct you and just be talking down on you like, no, you just do it because I said so. It's not how it works. And that come from a him or a her. If you him and she talking to you like crazy like that, just wait, I'm gonna get there. And if you or her and he talking to you, okay, cool. They're gonna give you an explanation for the reason they're talking to you like that. So keep up with me. A person who is really deep diving into you, a person who needs substance, we need substance, y'all. A person who has really got to a point where they feel like they need the substance of you, they need to get deeper down into you. When they correct you, it may not feel like, you understand what I'm saying? It may not feel like the most pleasant thing at the point of correction, but they will explain the reason why if they really for you like that. And that's what y'all have to look at. Some of y'all be getting into relationships with people, and some of y'all be dealing with friends and family members that'll go to talking to you crazy and won't even have an explanation of why they talking to you crazy. They just doing it just cause. Like they feel like, nah man, fuck this motherfucker, this old pussy ass nigga. Oh, fuck that old slut ass. You understand? So y'all have to start realizing what type of energy that people be coming to y'all with, because it matters. The energy that you have around you, it matters. The energy that you have around you can either motivate you and lift you up, or can break you apart and tear you down. And that's why you need substance. We need substance. We can't just keep letting people around us that's not trying to pour into us. And I mean this on a whole bigger level than, is somebody finna come help me pay some bills? Can we go 50-50 on the rent? Fuck that. Can you get me closer to the Lord? Can we pray together every day? Like, I need to know that when the spiritual battles come, that you right there with me and we can stand strong. Because everything else, we can weather the storm. We ain't worried about none of those. Fuck this materialistic shit. We can deal with that. You understand? So you got to know that the energy that you have around you, the people that you got coming around you, the energy they bringing is going to be that motivational energy. It's going to be the corrective love energy, and not just a motherfucker just trying to tell you what to do. Somebody who think they can step on you because they arrogant, cocky, and feel like they are better and above you. Oh yeah, we talking that shit. The king is here, baby. I'm telling y'all. I come to y'all every week and get to talking this shit to y'all, but some of y'all don't be listening. Let's continue though. Kids are watching and silently absorbing all the shit that they see, while adults are chasing trends and leaving the kids with chaos. What we talking about here? What we talking about here? Y'all have no foundation and no structure. Listen, I'm included in this. This is why we talking about it. Because before I come to y'all with a topic, I go and I talk to God. God, what is it that I need to work on? Tell me something about me that I need to work on that I can talk to the people about, because they might need to work on it too. Listen, these kids see everything that y'all do. I do, you do, whoever around, and they soak it up like a sponge. Quietly, they don't even say nothing. A lot of y'all will be like, damn, why my kid in school acting like that? Motherfucker, because they was standing upstairs at the top of the stairs listening to you downstairs acting a motherfucking animal. Like, nigga, you'll never me and my mama come through this. Me and my daddy would tell it. And you like, damn, my son ain't never heard me say no shit like this. What the fuck? Yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. He heard you. You was on the phone talking to one of your homeboys, one of your homegirls, yeah. You was on the game, yeah. No, y'all was coming from over your homegirl house in the car, and you was hit the nigga, got the cussing them niggas out of it. Listen, the foundation that you build around your house, if it's not built on substance and knowledge and wisdom, if it's not built on gaining something for all of us to help others, it's something wrong. And I'm only saying that because these kids really are like sponges. We just had some elementary school kids jump on a pregnant lady. Then behind that, some middle school kids drag a lady out of her car or off the bus or some shit like I don't understand why we've come to a place where it's so simple for us to accept certain shit because we grew up in a place where the people around us, they put us through certain shit. Like, see, when I was growing up, a lot of people were actual drug addicts. And I ain't just talking about pill popping junkies like y'all listen to on the radio nowadays. I'm talking about the real hard stuff. So they wasn't really there to give their kids structure and substance. Trust me, I know I'm included, right? But does that mean that you do the same thing? And I'm not saying that y'all being exactly the same way, but hear me out, right? What I'm saying is, some of y'all be like, no, I don't chastise my kids. No, I don't discipline my kids. And I ain't just talking about, as we used to say, the white tea people. No, I'm talking about, this is a global thing now. White, black, Mexican, Asian, Korean, whoever you is. The mamas is like, nah, we not disciplining the kids. If the daddy not there to be like, nah, we finna handle this little motherfucker. The mothers have come to a place where they like, no, we gonna change and we gonna be friends with our kids. We gonna give them lives that we didn't have because we don't want them growing up the way that we grew up. And that's understandable, right? It's understandable. But the downside of that is that you build no structure. When you let the kids have open, free reign to have their own opinion, to do what they want to do, you're not going to discipline them. You just tell them, well, whatever you do in life, you're going to have to suffer the consequences type shit, right? When you just kind of live that kind of life, then you kind of sort of either have really fucked up bad kids that go or fall off to the wayside, might go to jail or get whatever, God bless, whatever. Or you end up having these really weird kids. I'm not talking about nobody's kids. I'm just telling y'all, look at what... Y'all don't see what's going on around y'all? Am I the only one to see this shit? Listen. And I ain't taking no shots at nobody. I'm just finna put this out there, right? I used to watch people... I'm going to just say it like that because I don't want to offend nobody, right? I used to watch some of these athletes, right? As I was growing up, right? And I used to think like, damn, that's an amazing athlete, right? Like that person probably got a nice family, nice life, nice kids, nice wife, nice, And then you get grown and you find out these athletes and entertainers, they kids tend to be a little bit different. You know what I'm talking about though? Listen. You can be mad at me for saying it, or you can either laugh and understand where I'm coming from. But at the end of the day, they don't be all the way like I'm not saying that maybe they should have came up with a little less than what they had. But what I'm telling y'all is structure and foundation makes it where they know that you got to work hard to get things. They know that when you walk into a store, you can't just talk to the person at the store like, yeah, well, nigga, my mama, my dad, how much money I got. They know that you don't talk to people like that just because you done worked hard and got and ain't earned it. I'm just saying, like, just okay. Now, okay. Just look at T.I. for instance, right? Look at how he carried himself, and look at how his kids carry themselves. See, when you grow up a spoiled child, and you grow up having money and doing things that other normal people can't really do, you get to feeling some type of way. Thank God T.I., had a little foundation in his house. Been married a long time. You understand? So he was at a place where he can catch his son and tell his son, calm the fuck down, son. You ain't got to be all this extra ass shit. You can just be regular. You understand? Like, when you grow up with freedom of opinion to do whatever it is as you please, and there's no discipline behind anything that you do, then you don't feel like that there's consequences that you have to suffer for your own actions. Okay. Yeah, I know I took a long time to get there, but whatever. Let's continue, right? All right. So, adults chasing trends leave the kids with all the chaos. Substance protects them first. Okay, let's move forward. Everyone says I need something, but what do you really need? Applause or substance? Something that stands in the storm. Applause or substance? So we're breaking down what, okay, let's just move forward. Let me go. Let's go back. Let's go back to the Bible verses and break down the Bible verses. I really like giving y'all this juice. I'm glad y'all sit and listen too. So we just gonna read the NIV because a lot of people don't really understand the KJV. I love the KJV, but I'll read the NIV verse and give y'all a breakdown as we go. So, Romans 12:2, the NIV. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Okay. This scripture speaks directly to a world chasing trends instead of truths. Substance starts in the mind. When people stop renewing their thinking, they begin conforming to confusion. So what do we have here? That means when you just fall into the typical bandwagon train of thought, then you literally just giving yourself over to the confusion, because regardless if they right or wrong, again, I'm telling y'all about substance because a lot of y'all need to study the things that y'all are fighting for or fighting against. Like, I'm not telling you what to and what not to fight for and fight against. But what I am telling you is you need to gain substance on everything that you feel like you want to make a stand for. Before you put your foot down and make a stand on something, make sure you're standing on solid ground. Make sure you got foundation, structure, pillars. You on rock solid. You ain't on sand. Because a lot of y'all, believe it or not, I like a lot of y'all. I like how happy y'all be and how passionate y'all be about some of these stands that y'all be taking. I like that. I really like that because y'all be really passionate. You be really, really there, right? But then the person to come up and then make one comment and make everybody standing right there in that line look stupid as fuck because Now they like, damn, we didn't know that. Huh? No, we thought. Don't be a we thought. I need substance. Don't be a we thought. Be the person that when you came around, you knew. Because you done studied it. You deep dove into it and you found out all you needed to find out about it before you went and called yourself gonna try to make a stance on something and whether it was right or wrong or indifferent, right? I'm gonna talk about something that a lot of y'all really not gonna like me after I talk about this. I personally don't care because I do the things I do because I love God and I know what's right in the eyes of the Lord, right? There is a law in the land and there's a law above. The law above says follow the law of the land as long as it does not go against the law above, right? Some of y'all and again, this is because a lot of us need substance, y'all. This is because a lot of us need substance. Some of y'all put yourself in positions where you can get yourself hurt. Some of y'all put yourself in positions where you can really get yourself hurt. You understand? And let's talk about what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all out here doing this reckless protesting, jumping out in front of these ICE agents and all that stuff like that. Is people dying because of this? And a lot of y'all don't even understand how the United States government work, how no other government work. Y'all don't understand how the laws work. All y'all understand is I feel like what's going on is wrong. That's all y'all know. That's literally all y'all know. And instead of going to do some homework and finding out, you know what was funny to me? Like I heard that lady got killed by the ICE agent, right? And I was like, damn, normally ICE don't be killing people. My cousin he kind of just looked at me, right? I'm just like, no, they normally don't be killing people and shit. So when I seen the video, I was like, damn, that's messed up. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, yo, what was going on over there? And how that lady ended up getting, you know what I'm saying? So I went and I did a little homework. So what I found out is that lady wasn't even supposed to be there. She was in an area she was not even supposed to be in. Breaking the law. With the law. That's one. The other thing that I found out when I looked into this story about this ICE agent shooting this lady is that like a month or so before that ICE agent had got drugged by a car. Yep, that's something else that I had found out. So that ICE agent had already been hit and drugged by a lady because she didn't want to get out of her car. You understand? So a lot of things play in the factor when y'all go to talking down on the law and talking bad about people and things like that. Y'all have to really understand the law of the land is going to be the law of the land. As long as it don't go against the law of the Lord, you must abide by that. You understand? God said that himself. So y'all can't keep putting yourself in situations where you can get hurt because y'all out here fighting for immigrants and shit. Let me tell y'all something. And I hate to be the one to tell y'all this. The fucking immigrants don't give a fuck about y'all. The immigrants don't give a fuck about y'all. They can give a fuck less about you They can give a fuck less if you eating good every night. They can give a fuck less if you got heat in your house. They don't give a fuck if your car work. Y'all out here fighting for people who can care less about you. And they will tell you. They got videos all over. They got videos all over to talk about this shit. And I'm not just talking about the Somali immigrants either. See, a lot of y'all are so caught up on the Somali shit. Y'all got to remember, it's more than just Somali immigrants here. It's more than just the Venezuelan immigrants here. There are a lot of illegal immigrants from different ethnicities here. And you can look up the videos. They don't give a fuck about, if you American, they don't give a fuck about you. I promise you don't. I promise you. They don't. And they tell us. They tell us. We come to this motherfucking country to make our money and send it back home to our people. Fuck you motherfucking Americans. But yet and still, y'all out in the street fighting and dying for these people who don't give a fuck about y'all. That is so, so sad for you Americans. And I love my people. I love y'all, but it's like some of y'all, we really need substance, y'all. We need substance because a lot of y'all put yourself in these paths, on the paths of these. Some of this stuff wouldn't happen if people would get a little bit more knowledgeable about the stuff they had going on and about the stuff that they want to get involved in before they got involved in it. Do you understand? I'm just saying it could be a lot. It could be a lot better. But let's finish. Where were we at? So it starts in the mind. When people stop renewing their thought, thinking, they begin conforming to confusion. God's will brings clarity, order, and direction. Everything that today's culture is missing. Cool. Let's cool. I ain't even gonna touch on that because I've been touching on our culture all day and how we have shallow thinking and how we need substance. So we just gonna go to the second Bible verse, which is Matthew 7:26 and 27, and this is the NIV. Let's see, and it reads, "But everyone hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash." Okay, cool. This verse shows foundation versus appearance. A house can look good on the outside and still be built wrong underneath. Jesus is explaining that hearing truth without applying it creates instability. When life applies pressure, storms, confusion, hardship, whatever lacks substance collapses. I need y'all to start just, even if you don't read, right? We got the internet where you can look up stuff on your phone, right? You can look up stuff on your phone. You can, hey Siri, hey Alexa, you can do all this Google stuff, YouTube, right? They got all these places where you can go and gain some knowledge. Even if you don't like to read, they have videos that will read to you. They got audiobooks, all these things. Gain substance and knowledge on the things that you want to be passionate about. Don't just want to be passionate about something and be one of these people who get locked up or get themselves hurt or be involved in some things and you don't even realize what you have really gotten yourself involved in, right? A lot of y'all should look up some of these videos of some of the immigrants who got locked up and then let go. Because they talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And It's still a lot of illegal immigrants here that need to be caught and deported. But again, we're not gonna do that. Substance. I need substance. We need substance. So start learning the people you're in a relationship with. Start learning your identity, your true identity. Start learning who you are. Stop just accepting truths about yourself that you don't even know if they true yourself. You don't even know if you like certain things that you claim that you like. You just claim you like them because you was taught that it's supposed to be okay. Learn yourself, learn who you are. Gain substance. Become a rational, logical thinker and start to use your rational, logical thoughts to gain more substance and more knowledge, more wisdom so you can eventually give it back to others so they don't have to make some of the mistakes that you made. So, I want to thank everybody for coming out, joining me for Smoking with the King this Friday. You know, we here each and every Friday at 4:20 Eastern Time. I am King T, 420 SCC, and this is Smoking with the King. And guess what? I'll see y'all next week. Every Friday, each and every Friday. I love y'all for coming out. I thank everybody who tapped the screen, everybody who gave me a follow, gave me a like, a share, everybody who enjoyed the content. I appreciate y'all. And listen, I'm not going to stop. I don't have plans on stopping. You know what I'm saying? And as long as I can gain more and more knowledge and more wisdom, I'm going to always come here and I'm going to give you what I gain. You feel me? And that's part of how we grow. You got to learn to do for others. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Again, I shall see y'all next week. And thank y'all for coming out, joining Smoking with the King. Smoke Gang. We are gone.